What's going on, everyone? Um, well, this is a video I didn't want to make. Not at all. Um, so to put it into the very start, maybe most of you know about this already. I know a lot of you do, but Kavoth is not going to be coming to Athens. Um, yeah, it's pretty upsetting. I'm not going to lie. Yeah. Uh, what I wanted to do in this video is basically tell you guys what the process was, maybe what went wrong, if anything went wrong for us, and if it's just the state of the political world. I don't really know. The fact that we didn't really get any information from like any solid information or specific information as to what went wrong, um, kind of is the worst part of it all, I guess. But I guess all I can do is explain what the process was. So let's do that. So okay, well before we even do that, for those of you who aren't aware, every other player in the tournament, coming from Brazil, coming from Canada, coming from the United States, myself from Australia, of course Europe, we don't need a visa to get into Greece. No visa. I mean, there's the travel visa or whatever, the tourist visa, but that's almost like automatic, right? That you don't even have to do anything. You don't have to go to an embassy or whatever. It's just done. Um, so everyone else is fine. Everyone else has got their visa. They're coming. Kavoth from Pakistan needed I can't remember what the thing is called, Schengen or I can't remember what it's called. It starts with SCH or whatever. It's the standard tourist visa, right? But he needed to go through an interview process. He needed to go to um, the Greek embassy and things like that. If you guys want to hear the details on that, he did put out a video the other day explaining exactly what happened from his perspective. So I encourage you guys to give that a watch. I'll put a link in the description below. Um, but basically, I was effectively asked to get an invitation letter from Gameathlon, which we got. Had everything we needed on there from the the CEO's stamp, the details of the event, details of Kavoth, personal details of Kavoth, signatures, etc. It was all on there. It was all perfect. We had a plane ticket booked so that there was a return flight there showing the times, dates, everything matching up, making sure that he was indeed just coming for this event and not attempting to immigrate illegally, which I assume is the main thing that they're worried about. And of course, we had accommodation sorted to some degree. The only sort of thing that from my side that I think kind of went wrong was I basically was recommended a hotel to put the players in from a friend of the age mythology community. He works in the hotel business. And I was happy to go with that place. Unfortunately, after just as we were locking it all in, uh, a couple of like hidden fees, not even hidden fees, but just like unexpected costs were seemingly coming up, and it was going to be very like impossible basically to stay with that hotel. It just wasn't going to work, from the travel costs to and from the hotel to some extra fees that they said weren't going to be in there getting included. It wasn't my friend's fault. He didn't it wasn't his fault. It was just um difficult to communicate everything across time zones, and the things got a little bit difficult. And I decided to change the hotel. And it was midway through the Kavoth application, but it was before he'd talked to anyone from the Greece embassy. It was, yeah, anyways. So the hotel was changed, and it was actually changed to another hotel that was in the same hotel group. So it wasn't even a different. It was actually wasn't a different hotel. It was the same hotel group. Neither here nor there. But that's one thing that, like, I don't know if that's the issue. I don't know if that's what actually happened. That's why he got rejected. I don't know, but that's like me trying to take some responsibility on the situation. It's my first time dealing with this stuff. I'm very, very new. I didn't realize this was even that big of an issue. After listening to Kavoth actually talking about it, he didn't tell me how dystopian the whole thing was until, yeah, he didn't tell me. I didn't realize. I just thought, oh, he goes to the embassy, he talks to a human. But he told me enough that I was like, this sounds ridiculous. What the hell is going on? But yeah, so that's sort of the story. I mean, I think if I was to do it again, I would have said to Kavoth to maybe wait until everything is locked in and then start the visa application process. But even then, I think from what Kavoth was making out to me, it's almost like lucky that he even got the interview to begin with, which sounds crazy to me. I don't know if that's 100% true, but it's like he made it seem like, well, no, it seemed like it was like a cancellation or something that happened on the day. And that's why, on the day he had his first interview, that's why he was able to even start the application process in the first place. Because I thought, okay, if let's just say, for example, that the problem was that there was some sort of mismatch on the application in terms of the accommodation. If that's the case, then we just reapply and we do the application again, and you get it because it's all locked in, right? But then this is the last chance that me and Kavoth were waiting for, and this is why I haven't made the video until now. I was like, we'll just do a reapplication. It only takes 3 weeks. So I say only, it shouldn't take 3 weeks, but it takes 3 weeks to get the whole thing sorted, right? Like you do that from interview to acceptance of the visa. It takes 3 weeks, right? So we've still got time to do this application again, but it's fully booked. So there's no, yeah, it's fully booked. You can't get an interview. So yeah, that's the story. That's why he can't. That's why now he can't come. I actually gave him to basically September, like maybe like a week out from the actual tournament to be like fully certain that we're gonna go with someone else for the event. But considering it's less than 3 weeks out and the interview hasn't started, it basically means that it's impossible at this point. Yeah. So, I mean, that's the story. I guess we should probably say the last part, which was, I mean, you guys should really watch the story that from Kavoth's side, because I think it kind of shows just how ridiculous the whole situation is. But Kavoth, when he appealed the decision, right? And he got a phone call saying, come to the embassy. That's all. He didn't get told what for. Oh, sorry, no. He got told he has a letter. Come to the embassy to get a letter. Right? They didn't want to post the letter. They didn't want to pay for the postage fee of the letter to Kavoth. That's the only explanation that I've got. That I can come up with, excuse me. It's probably not the actual reason. But they asked him to come to the embassy to pick up the letter. And it was just a, no, nothing's changed. This is a rejection. I'm not going to explain why you're getting rejected, but this is a rejection. You're not coming. You're not going, basically. It's just, the whole thing is ridiculous. And yeah. So I guess like the worst part about it all is like, I don't know, I see this community, and especially I see the players who I play with every single day and I talk with every single day. I see these guys as family, you know, like, and you get told because of some thing outside of your control that you're not going to be able to see a family member. It just sounds, I don't know, it's a bit of a, yeah, it's not nice. It's just not nice at all. But yeah, we got to accept what's happened, and unless, I mean, even, yeah, we've basically just got to accept what's happened and move on, and hopefully the world can get a little bit less unfair, I guess. All right. So let's talk about what's happening now. So Soup is going to be taking the 8th seed spot, moving everyone else up. For those of you who don't really realize how the tournament is going to work. Basically, the invited players have seed 1, 2, 3. So Kavoth's seed 2 will go to Rapple, who was seed 3. He'll move up to seed 2. Then everyone who qualified in order will take those seeds. So the first qualifier was Recon, so he takes seed 3. Fourth qualifier was Tunison, he'd take seed 4, etc. down the list. And then Soup would take seed 8. It's going to be a GSL format for the tournament, which is basically a double elimination group stage into a semi-final final. So yeah, that's the format. The schedule is we're going to start on Friday, and then Saturday is going to be, well, let's give you the actual time. So Friday, it starts at about, well, the event opens at 5 p.m. Greece time. But I don't think we're going to be able to start right at 5 p.m. So that would be 1600 GMT, I believe, to be actually starting the actual tournament. I think. But if we can start a bit earlier, we will. So we'll let you know on the day, I guess, what's happening. Okay, that's Friday. Saturday is an and it's going to be about 4 games on Friday. Saturday is an incredibly long day. We got, I can't remember how many games. I think it's 6. I think it's 6 games on Saturday, which is, or 6 sets, which is a lot to get through. So that's going to be a very long day. I think we're going to start closer to midday on Saturday, which is like 10 a.m. GMT, which is pretty early for an AOM stream, but we go the entire day. So book the day off, come hang out. Then Sunday is going to be maybe even an earlier start for the semifinals, because we need to have a break to set up on the main stage. So we're on the main stage for Gameathlon on Sunday for the finals, which is pretty hype. It's a pretty big stage. It's going to be a lot of people watching, I hope, and yeah, it should be exciting. It should be a fun time for us as the players and the casters and the audience there, but it should also be really cool for you guys as well. We've got some very amazing individuals helping us out behind the scenes. So want to give a shout out to everyone who's helping out. So Uros is always helping out with the graphics and things. He's done an amazing job for the actual qualifiers. If you see any of the graphics, he made them all by hand. Everything is like Age Mythology cinematics. Every graphic he makes by hand. So yeah, everything is very, 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 very cool from him. So I can only say thank you to all his support and for always supporting the Age Mythology scene. At the actual venue to help out behind the scenes, we've got a veteran of the sort of pro Age of Empires scene in Cal. He's going to be doing all of the stream setups and things behind the scenes to make sure that it all works, which could only be done, could only happen because of you guys. So that's Cal being there and Vodka. Vodka, if you guys remember in the early days of Retold when EGC TV was doing some tournament hosting here, he was on the observers. And he also observes, I believe, Age of Empires 2 and Age of Empires 4 at the moment for any of these big tournaments. He's one of the main guys, so he's going to be on the cams. So we're going to have some really, really cool extra stuff going on, which is unique to his observing style, which is very, very cool. I'm excited to work with those guys again. So they're going to be there. So yeah, it's gonna be a really, really big event, and I want us to be hype about it. So let's be hype about it. Yeah. So I mean, just to bring it back, while Kavoth is not going to be there, he is going to be there in spirit, in mind, in appreciation, everything that he's done for this community as well, from his coaching, his YouTube videos, his streams. It definitely wouldn't be the same community without him. So I want to give shout outs to him, love to him, and just, yeah. I think that's kind of it from what I've got to say about the whole situation. I don't really know what else to. If there's any questions you guys have got, if you, there's not like, I appreciate when everyone is kind of like, I know there's been a lot of people who have given a lot of support to Kavoth and like asking questions about is this possible? Is this possible? Unless there's some miracle, I just don't know. I don't. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Okay, I think that's going to be it for the video. I mean, this game was a fun game to play versus Divine. Lots of chaos, but we're not going to finish this game. If you guys want to watch the rest of this game, I'll put a link in the description to the live video. All right, thanks guys for watching. Go support Kavoth on his YouTube channel. Check out his story. He told it way better than I did. And I'll see you guys in the next one.